All right. Well, welcome back. It is the Gentleman Badass podcast. Been a while since we've done this.
It's been a little while.
We've had some changes here. This might not be the first episode that comes out. So this is the first episode that we are recording since our hiatus. We're going to do an episode, just me and Mick here pretty soon, kind of telling everybody what we've been doing over the last, 2 years since we put out an episode. But we've got an awesome guest today. I'm really excited to talk to. We got Johnny Walker.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Excellent. So Johnny, if you're not aware, is a light heavyweight UFC fighter, and he's got a fight coming up. This may come out before the fight. It might come out after. I'm not quite sure. But sounds like the winner of this fight gets to get a title shot. Is that correct?
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. Okay. So pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. And he is in town from Ireland, and he's been training with Mick here for the last 2 weeks. And when do you head home?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, so pretty much the last day we're going to have him around here. But just wanted to talk to him a little bit about, life and martial arts and everything that goes along with it. So we kind of like to start with the background. Where were you born? What was your childhood like? What did that stuff look like?
Yeah, I'm born in Brazil, right? And Rio de Janeiro. I was raised until like a 17 years old in a florestal reserve inside like Rio de Janeiro, like very, very farm place. Right? There's not much good internet there. Like the internet was terrible. And I always like to play online, stuff like that, right? Terrible internet. But it's a really farm place. I have a lot of monkeys and snakes, like a lot of trees and rivers, waterfalls. It's a paradise, but it's very, very deep inside the jungle. No? Have a little village on the center, right? But around is just jungle. So I grew up there. I mostly play outside. I never into martial arts until I'm I think I started with 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
And you started with Muay Thai
Muay Thai,
originally?
yeah. Then
Did that for 2 years?
kind of 1 year and a half, 2 years. And then from this Reservoir Forest, I moved to a little bit close to the coast. Still Rio, because Rio is so big. Like 3 hours from that place, 3-4 hours driving. And then I start. The name is Rio das Ostras. Is where my mom live now. And when I go to Brazil, I always go there. I moved there when I was like 17 and keep studying right high school, right? Mm-hmm. When you're 17, high school. And then I think when I was 2 years after that, when I moved to the city, try to play soccer there. I make a test to play on the CBF, like the national team from Brazil, but I didn't pass. I was pretty good. I thought I was, but I was not in shape, and the guys don't let me play that day. Like I remember when somebody threw the ball for me on forward, right? The guy raped my shirt, don't let me pick the ball. So it was pretty much the guys don't let me join to the team, right? They don't let me do nothing. Like, okay, I wasn't tough enough, I think, to play there. I was really good, but they don't let me expose my game,
Yeah.
And then after that, fuck that shit. I don't want to play football anymore. Fuck that shit. And then I was like 17, 18. I go to the gym because I was very tall and skinny. Like I want to build my confidence. And then I started doing lifting weight, 18, 19. Like after 1 year, people always invited me to go on the same gym that I lifted. There is the gym, jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. And then they always invited me to do a trial because I'm big, and they said, oh, maybe good for you, blah, blah, blah. I take a long time to accept the invitation, right? I don't know why. But I joined first on the dance class. I started doing dance first, then martial arts. Also for confidence, because I was trying to hang out with my friends, and we always go to nightclubs, and fuck, you get there and just look people dancing and having fun. You don't know how to move. There's no confidence, right? So I have to learn that shit. At least try move around, And then I start dancing. I learned how to dance. It was terrible in the beginning. Then I start, okay, this is good, and I start get less shy and try more the dancing, right? And then after a while, I think when I was 19 or 20, and I started Muay Thai. Then I learned so quick that the teacher was a woman teacher. She's tough, and she said I'm learning everything so quickly. And after a few months, I think 3 or 4 months training, she put me to my first competition, like inside the competition, right? They build the little competition inside the gym. And I fight against the guy that have, I think, 5 years of training. And then I knock him down. It was really fun. Like, my first fight, I just knocked that guy down.
So how old were you with that first fight?
I think I was 19.
19. So just started
Yeah.
training. Okay.
19 or 20.
Okay.
Because
Still.
my first professional fight was in 2013, December. So it was 9 years ago.
Okay.
And then after that, I started make a lot of competitions, right? And I started liking, because I learned everything quick, and I was like different. Like I was very aggressive and explosive, and people start giving me more opportunity, and I started competing, getting belts and stuff. Then I started jiu-jitsu as well. So okay, I'm gonna start jiu-jitsu too. And then after I think 3 months practicing jiu-jitsu, the gym where I was training, they was doing the first MMA professional tournament. And then one of the fighters, light heavyweight, fell down. Like the guys, somebody got hurt or something. They asked for me, like, "Do you wanna fight?" Okay, let's fight then. What's this professional? Yeah, okay, let's go.
So yeah, he had no amateur fights.
Wow. Just
No.
went
I went straight to
pro.
professional.
Straight to professional. Huh?
How did that first fight go for you?
I knocked the guy out in the first round. Yeah,
So it's almost like fighting found you versus the other way around.
yeah.
Almost.
I was like doing university, chemistry engineer. I stood for like 6 months after I start professional fight as well, right? And I said I could combine train and stood, and I said, fuck, I have to choose one. You can't do both. I can't do both because everything's far. I have to take the bus. Don't have time enough to go to do the training. You have to stood as well when you get home. And I said, fuck that shit, and I locked the
Yeah.
I locked the university and just start training. And then I moved from Brazil, inside Brazil, the other city like Curitiba, where I have the foundation of shooter box. Then I started training there a little bit. One of the guys there, one of the manager, invited me to go there, and I moved there. I trained there for like 2 years, and then
So when you're training in Brazil,
yeah.
are you doing it full time, or do you have a job? Do you have a
In the
job
beginning,
too?
no. In the beginning, no. It's always hard in the beginning. You know, nobody want to support. Nobody believe in you. Even if you're big and you're doing good, nobody want to put money and effort. Like, but I find a guy after this guy brought me to Curitiba. I kind of break up with him because he was charging me 35% of every money that I get, but I wasn't making money yet. But I said, fuck, 35 is really big money. And then I split off him because there is just girls on his gym. So I was the only big guy there on his gym. I couldn't train properly for fights.
Oh, okay.
And then I moved to another gym. The gym that I fought at one guy, I lost for him. And then his manager contacted me to be part of the team. So I left this guy and went for the other one. And this guy supports me. He give me a little money every month. He give me supplements, stuff like that. And then everything was good in the first few months, like 3 months, I think. And after the money started to go a little bit lower, it started to pay less. He started not giving much supplement anymore. Like, fuck, you know, just the beginning. And then, okay, we're never gonna fucking quit, right? And one of the former coach was on that time. He was in Aberdeen. And then Scotland, yeah.
Aberdeen, Scotland.
Yeah, he wasn't. He moved with me to Curitiba, and then he moved to abroad after, and left me with this guy, this new manager that he built like a fighter team, tried to support everybody, but doesn't, you know, fell apart a little bit after.
Yeah.
And then he said to me, "You wanna come to Scotland? I have a opportunity here for you." And then we moved to Scotland with no English. No money. Okay, I'm coming.
That's all right. They barely speak English in Scotland anyway. It's a different kind of English over there.
And then when I get there, the guy offered me as well, because the guy want to make my former coach, head coach of his gym. Then he said, okay, I accept, but can you bring my fighter? You can offer him something. And then he said he's gonna give me like 1,100 pounds a month and food and place to sleep, like an apartment. And then, okay, I come. I never get this much money. So then I moved there. The first month, train good, the presentation, everything. He gives some gloves and blah, 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 food, okay. Place to sleep. And after the first month, when start pay, he just paid me, I think, 200 pounds or something. And then he said, I have to cut the food for half. He said, I eat too much. I said,
Yeah,
well,
I've seen that this week.
bro, I'm training so much. I have to eat
Yeah,
to
yeah.
recover my calories, right? And
Not
then,
a small guy either, so.
and
probably
then,
takes a lot.
yeah. And then I get very upset, me and my coach, because he didn't accomplish his word, right?
Yeah.
And then we get away off that gym and we stand by ourselves. So like, we are very lucky because one of the students that my former coach he have a house, right? And he let us stay there in Aberdeen. Have a few houses there. And then we moved to this house and we find another gym to train, a small gym. And then I said, what the fuck gonna do? Like, I don't know. I don't speak English. I can't work. I'm on tourist visa. Let's just go through this shit. And then we have to make money to eat, to put gas, if not so fucking cold, you're gonna frozen.
Oh, yeah.
And energy to charge the phone and stuff like that, take a hot shower, whatever. And then we're gonna make money. We have to make money, right? And then he have some students, 1 or 2, and I have to fight to eat. So we book like fucking, I don't know, 5 fights. A lot of fights. Book like one this month, another month, like we accept all of the fights. I'm gonna fight for a living now. And then we start fucking training our way, right? And try to make money, because sometimes we always have money just for 2 things. We have to pick between food, energy, and gas. So we always pick food, of course, and sometimes I have energy, sometimes I have gas. When you don't have gas, we're fucking so cold. Right? If you don't have energy, the phone doesn't charge. So sometimes we warm, but don't have phone to spend the time. Or sometimes we have phone and don't have to cover, like put all of the clothes because they're cold. And then I started learning English better, started practicing on Tinder and Duolingo.
Tinder.
I learned on Duolingo, right? Okay, and I was on Tinder, like a lot of matches. The girls like the Brazilian, I think, right? And then I'm really good on greetings, right? Say, hello, how are you? Where are you from? How old are you? What you like to do? Blah, 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 you know? You want to hang out? You want to meet it up? And then I start talking more and practicing every day. Then I start learning the English pretty well.
So there's a lesson for people. If you want to learn English, just get on
Yeah.
Tinder. I imagine there's a lot of motivation there that would help with that process.
And that one helped me as well to feed in myself, because almost every night I was in different house of girls having a nice dinner. The girls in Aberdeen treated me really well.
They were paying for your meals?
No, they invite me for their house. They cook for me.
Oh.
So I have I have many mats every day. I have different house, different food. So I was treating really well. I have a really good time in Aberdeen. I have good.
Man's got to
good
do
meals.
what a man's got to do, I guess.
So I was getting fed by the
that's
Aberdeen
funny.
women's.
Yeah.
And then training really hard. Then I booked 3 fights. I fought in 3 fights in 1.5 months. I make 3 fights. One in London, UC MMA. I got the belt. I beat a guy. He was like number 2 or number 3 in Europe at that time. Stuart Austin, I think his name. And knocked him out the first round with a knee. And 1 month later, I have a heavyweight fight in Southampton. A Polish guy, he invited me to fight on his event, right? He said they're gonna fight in light heavyweight. And I started doing my diet. I was like 103 kilos and going down, and 98 kilos. And then he said, hey, you have to stop your diet like 2-3 days before I travel for the fight. And why? Because the guy is not gonna do the weight, so...
Oh, no.
Okay, the guy never gonna make the weight. He weighed 119 kilo.
Wow.
Like 260, I think.
Wow.
263 or something. So he's a proper heavyweight. He never gonna fight light heavyweight. They just wanna make me lose weight to lose the fight, right?
Make you weak.
And then when I get there, bro, the stronger guy I ever met in my life. The guy is my height, but strong. I have a picture I'll show you later. The guy fucking Jewish. I said, fuck that shit. Okay, let's fucking go. I don't give a shit. I'm here. I have to fucking get this money for it. I'm hungry, my friend. And then I beat him up on the 3rd round, knock him out as well. He held me for the 2 rounds on the floor. I just barely moved my eyes. He's so strong. He didn't beat me up. I could protect myself from my jiu-jitsu, right? But I couldn't do nothing for him. He's too power. On the 3rd round, I start feeling him like, okay, he's gassing out. Because he start breathing heavy and his pressure start to release. Now my time. The only move that I did in the fight, I put my foot on his hips, I pull him back, I stand up, clinch and boom, knee, and he fell on the floor. And then the referee fell. You can watch this fight. The referee was behind. The referee fell, and I knocked him out with the knee. But to make sure that he's dead, because if he wake up, I'm fucked. I did 3 big hammer on his face.
Referee didn't stop it?
Referee fell. Like he tripped and boom, and I bow until the referee come. I want to kill this guy, but if he stand up, I'm fucked. I want to make sure that he stay there.
Yeah.
He's really strong, bro. He's really strong. My hand hurt for like a few weeks. And then 1 week after, I fight light heavyweight in Belgium, another belt. And then I beat the guys around the first round. And then I got my contract to UFC on Contender Series. Because I rank in Brazil, because I just left Brazil, but they keep counting, right?
Yeah.
And then I ranked first places out in Europe. And then they said, okay, let this guy, there is something. Then one of the managers that I was working with in that back the day, give me opportunity to fight put me on Contender Series. And then my career started in UFC.
Awesome. Well, I have an idea of what it feels like to be held down and not be able to move, because we rolled the other day, and I was like, man, I'm glad I don't have to fight this guy for real. So then you get the contract to the UFC. When did you end up going on to Straight Blast Gym? When did you get to Ireland and start working with those folks? Was it quite a bit in the distance, or how did that look for you?
Yeah, I got the contract in UFC. And then I moved to Southampton from Aberdeen, because this guy that I fought, the heavyweight guy, the Polish event, he started sponsoring me. He was a drug dealer. And
Oh my God.
and he started sponsoring me, right? He's a really good friend. He was a good friend that day. And then I have the contract, right? And then I make a first camping training in Thailand for my first fight against Kalion round 3. And then I knock him out. The first round, the fight was in Argentina. And then after that, we keep training, come back to England, right? And this drug dealer, I think, because he was doing a lot of events and he wasn't paying the taxes and stuff like that, the police come to his house because of taxes. And when he get to his house, he have a gun there. So he put him in the jail. He was in the jail. He was released like fucking last year. And then he got the jail. Then I said, oh, fuck, I have no sponsorship. And then I found another drug dealer to sponsor me there. And then I started training on his gym a little bit. But I said, we have to make a better camping train. And then we went to Thailand again to do another camping train. And then I beat another guy in Fortaleza. Was my second fighting. And then I trained a little bit in Brazil. And then I accepted the fight really quickly. Then I fought in Vegas against Misha Sirkunov. So it was the first time I fought somebody in the ranking, top 10. I knocked him out as well. This Fortaleza guy knocked him out in 15 seconds, another bonus. And then I fought 1 month later or something like that. Misha Sirkunov in Vegas. Then knocked him out in 30 seconds. And then I was fucking celebrating as a war, my first time doing the second time I was doing the war. And then I landed on the floor, my hands stand like stretching. Then when I hit the floor, I think it was too much pressure and my shoulder popped out, my left shoulder.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. My shoulder a little bit inflammation already before, so when I hit the floor, it just helped to pop it out, right?
But one of the times that you were in Thailand is kind of part of the reason why you ended up in Ireland, right? Because you met your wife, or what would be your wife.
When I hurt my shoulder, I got the surgery, and then I moved to Thailand to recover. And then I lived in Thailand for 6 months. So, and then a lot of things going on. And then one guy from Russia, he come there on my gym, and then he invited me to go to his gym to do a camping train there. And then I think 1 week or 2 weeks before, one week before I moved left Thailand to go to Russia, I met Tara. And I built a gym in Thailand. I lost that gym. I invested like fucking $40,000 in that gym. I lost the gym.
You built a gym?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Inside a Thai people, Chok Chai, the name of the gym. And I built another gym inside that gym because they have space. But there is no contract. I have everything on my former coach hand. He didn't know how to handle. I just built the gym with the gym there without contract, nothing. So, okay, now we're going to Russia and the gym stay here or what the fuck, you know? And then I lost the fucking gym. After a few years when I come back there, it's just trash there. They disassemble everything, air conditioning, mats, walls. They took everything, like there's nothing there. It's crazy.
Wow.
So 1 week before I moved to Russia, I met Tara. So I spent a week with her in Thailand. She was primary school teacher there. And then she finished her contract with us. She wanna move to Qatar, a new job. So 1 week before I left Thailand, I met her. We spent a week together. And then she went to Ireland. Then I said, my brother and my former coach, they went to Russia. No, they still in Ireland. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna go to Ireland to meet this girl, because she invited me to go to her family house. And then I went there, and I met John first time. I went to his old gym. We trained there, and then okay, it was good, but I wasn't sure yet. And then I come back to Thailand, and then I moved to Russia, make my company train in Russia. And Tara come to visit me in Russia, and then I fought in New York, my first defeat after this in UFC. I lost for Corey Anderson. And then from there, I moved to Brazil to see my family. I lost. I want to come back home, recharge my energy and everything, right? After all of this stuff going on. And then the lockdown happened, I think, right? Mm-hmm. And then I moved to, after the lockdown, I moved to Canada. And then Tara come to visit me in Canada as well. I did another company training in Canada because I wasn't sure yet about Ireland, right? And my former manager told me, maybe Firas Ahab want to train you. Okay, then I went there. It was really good company training. I learned loads. But didn't give time enough to the coach to help me really learn and improve myself, right? And after Canada, I went to Brazil. I don't know if it was the lockdown happened on that time. I just know after the lockdown, I come to Ireland to see Tara. Then she went to Canada as well to see me. Every time when she always come to visit me. It was a long distance relationship. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up in Ireland to see her. Then I got COVID the first time. And then after I get okay of COVID, then I messaged John again. She messaged John, I think. And then I make my first training camp in there against Ryan Span. I think it was in 2020. So I have 3 years that I'm training in Ireland. And after that, I just moved to John's house. He have a little house beside his house. And I've been there for the last 3 years. I did, I think, 4 company trainings. Yeah. Ryan Span, Thiago, Jamal, Yokutelaba, and Paul Gregg. 5 company trainings.
Okay. So, obviously, you know, John's here in the United States now for what they're filming. What did you think when he suggested, hey, I've got a guy in Omaha, Nebraska that I want you to go work with? Or how did that come about, and what were your initial thoughts?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Sounds like a decent athlete.
I was up to dude. Because in the beginning when I moved to there, right, I was jumping too much. I don't get trust and connection with the coach. If you move too much, I don't learn enough. And I said I have to stop here and give time for him. So take time to figure out everything everywhere. I started training with different coaches there, like with him, of course, the main coach, but a striking coach that wasn't really high level to fight against the UFC guys, right? And then I'm not gonna blame the coach, but I trained. They did their best, but wasn't enough for me to beat the guys in UFC. And then I figured out I have to change this and improve this. Then until I set up everything that I need, you have to make mistakes, right? I make a few mistakes before, and now I still with John, of course, he's the main head coach. Then I put the best that I could find for the other coach, like good striking, good strength conditioning, you know, the physiotherapy and everything. So I make a really good setup for everything that I need. So now I'm good to stay because I have everything that I need to recover, to train my striking, jiu-jitsu, everything. So it takes time because I won 1 fight and I lost 2. And then I get messed up. I got a seizure. I got another seizure there because I was training strength conditioning without coaching, just by myself. Lifting weight in the fucking cold gym without warming up. Fucking tear my back. So just to understand like how I was, my mind, and like fuck, I'm a professional athlete. Why I don't have a fucking coach to train with me, you know? And then I set up everything, and John put me with the good guys as well. I started listening to him more because I wasn't listening to him much. Like I was just by my, no, I know what I'm doing, you know? But no, fuck, the guy have so much experience. I have to listen to him more, take the advice and everything. And after I get the connection more with him and start learning more and trusting more on the process and everything, and then things start getting better. Then I start to understand and respect more him as well. And then, okay, I trust him. So this because he said about you, like, there is this guy there, you want to go there? Of course, let's go. So I trust him, whatever he said to do, I do, because he wanted the best for me, right? And then after we create this connection and start trusting him more and respect him more, everything started getting better for me, and then start to understand better. And so, yeah, I think I get it. I'm gonna do what he's fucking telling me to do, because have so many fighters, a lot of experience. He know what he talking about. So, okay, now I'm here in Omaha training. Good coach. He give me really good tips. I learn a lot of things, but I know I have to keep improving, practicing. So I'll be ready for May 13.
Well, and that seems to be, from where I sit and what I look at, like we see so many people come in here with lots and lots of talent. But when you have a lot of talent, it's very easy to just rely on the talent and not get any better. Or, you're so much more talented than everybody else in the gym that they're not so much a competition for you, and then you're not looking for that competition. It seems like the differential between the guys that actually go out and accomplish great things are, number one, they have the talent, but then they also push into that, and they find a coach that they can listen to and trust, and they do what the coach says, and they keep training, and they aren't being dumbasses on the weekends and stuff like that. It just seems like that's kind of the differentiator between all these guys who have a lot of potential and the guys that actually, realize that potential.
Well, I think he said it too. Like you, as a fighter, you have to trust the process. And that process is developing a relationship with a coach who is trying to do the best for you, for each individual fighter. And that does takes time on the coach. And it takes time for the fighter to kind of buy into a philosophy or a training method, or new techniques or a new way to look at things. But I will say, though, that with high-level guys who are hungry and who understand that the time that they have to be the best is narrow, those guys are more apt to learn and take on new information all the time, because they know that there's an expiration date on a fighting career. And sometimes it's not even in your hands. Sometimes it's out of your hands. So on the things that are in your control, you want to make sure you take care of them as much as possible. Yeah.
One thing that kind of struck me when you were talking about your, growing up, you talked about like you were tall and skinny and awkward, and so you were uncomfortable with that. You decided to go learn how to fight. And then you were uncomfortable on the dance floor, so you went and learned how to dance. It seems like so many people these days, they find something that they're uncomfortable with, and then they avoid it, right? They avoid it as all if they can. But you're seeking out at a young age, when a lot of kids are just trying to do what's easy. You're seeking out the difficult things. Have
this
you
is
found
make you better?
Yeah.
This is why make you better. Face your fears and overcome it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like so many people don't understand that. So many people are just trying to find the comfortable way when the real progress and success is found in discomfort. And I imagine that only gets more true the further you get into this. Maybe I'm wrong, but
no, you're actually very right.
Yeah,
you have to face your fears, get experience. Of course, when you start something that you have no experience on the thing, you're gonna suck on the beginning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And on the first and the second, the week, the month, take years to get good in something. Even when you're talented, take years to master any technique or anything that you do in life. Mm-hmm. Like if you're gonna open up a business, you think you're gonna do a business, you're gonna become rich in fucking 2-3 years? No, you're gonna go through hell, for a fucking 10 years. Mm. Everything take mostly 10 years to master, and then start. What's the name? Harvest.
Yeah.
Harvest what you plant.
Yeah.
Take 10 years. Like I'm almost there. 1 more year, I'm gonna have 10 years of training, so I'm gonna harvest my championships. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm getting ready. You get ready for 10 years until you get the opportunity to make that money, to make that successful career on the end. It's the last fucking, after you master something, it's the last, after you master, after 10 years, you start to get the harvest, like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 years or whatever you're gonna take. But that gold time is coming for me, and I'm ready because now I'm mature, like I'm 30 years old and I know my career is not forever. So I want to do everything that I can to get the most of my youth and my strength, in my career right now. Because after I get older, nobody can fight against age,
Yeah.
You get slowly, you get injured. So
Except coaches.
yeah, coach get better.
We get
Fighters
better.
not.
We get better with age. We get wiser, different temperament.
Yeah.
We see things. So long as you stay sharp, but I think coaches don't have that shelf life.
Fighters have.
Fighters do.
So you have to do your best when you can, because after that I can drink, I can party, I can be a businessman, I can do whatever I want. But right now I have to get the mostly what I can of my career, because it's not last forever,
So you've got a fight coming up, and obviously you've had how many UFC fights have you had now? It's quite a few.
Yeah.
So night before a fight, you've made weight. Like, are you nervous? Are you excited? What are the emotions that you're going through, and how do you deal with them? How do you turn them into something that's useful for you, if that's even what you do? How do you use those emotions to kind of drive how you're going to perform in the octagon?
Every time I get more experience, everything's getting easier, I think. Like before, like on the beginning, I try to use the same shower gel. Like this shower gel make me fresh and use then I discover like, bro, there is no fucking low-key, there is no superstition. It's just fucking hard work, commitment and consistency on the training. Doesn't matter what the fuck you wear, what you do, if you pray or not. God's not gonna stand beside you on the cage, you're gonna hold somebody. No, it's gonna hit my son here. No. You have to do your best on the training. So now when I get there, I have no emotion. You can't fight with emotion. I get there, I try to do everything that I can on my camping training. So when the fight day is coming, I can have a time machine, and I don't want to come back to the time to do better that I did, because I did the best. I have to do the best, because when I get there, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, I'm just gonna fucking go. I'm not gonna. If you stand on the octagon and think, fuck, I think my cardio, maybe my cardio is good enough. I think my hands is high enough. I did kicks enough. You're not ready. You start to doubt yourself. You start to lose the fight before the fight happened. So when you get there, I said, I did everything that I fuck could to beat the shit out of this guy. So just come, my friend. I'm ready. And you win fights because you don't doubt. You don't. When you start doubt yourself, you start losing. And so the thing is, you have to enjoy the process of the training camp, diet, and everything. Do your best that you can do. Get good sleep. Like, take the distractions out. And focus on training, recover, sleep, everything that can bring up that victory. So when you get there, there's no emotion, there is nothing. I feel nothing. I feel just happy, and I like a robot. Like, I'm gonna do everything that I have to do. I'm gonna cut my weight without cry. I usually play when I'm fucked, dropping my weight. I'm fucked, dehydrated, low patient, but I still start playing, make jokes and stuff, because you can't. It's better pass through the hell playing, laugh than cry, right? Because if you cry, you're just gonna make worse.
I like
so just be happy, pass through the hell happy, and go to the fight and do your best. If you do your best every day, you're gonna do the best in the fight.
Yeah, awesome. So, got the fight coming up, and obviously, I think anybody in the UFC is wanting that title. So, let's say everything goes well. You end up with the title. You defend that title for however long. Things go exactly like you want them. Now your athletic career is over, right? It's going to happen eventually. Have you thought about what you want to do after that? Are you primarily focused on what you're doing now? Like, if everything went the way that you wanted it to, what do you think you would do after fighting? Any thoughts?
Of course I did, yeah. I have a few projects that I want to work with. if I have opportunity, I want to act a little bit, just whatever, cinema.
Mhm.
And I have some products that I want to launch on the market as well. And also I want to, when I have more time and connections and money, I want to make a kind of, how to say, institute.
Mm.
Of course, for charity as well, to teach martial arts for children's, but one for to invite people like scientists and doctors to try to develop good some good things for humanity, like
Mhm.
a new product for not for make money, but for improve the quality of life of the human beings,
Mm.
like for mental health or for performance or for the athletes, for get less injured or for depression, stuff like that, like stood maybe the fucking psychedelic stuff, stood something new that's never done before. So I can be the kid, what's the name? Guinea pig?
Guinea
They
pig for
can
that?
test on me,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
So do you think you want to stay in Ireland then? Do you think you want to go back to Brazil, somewhere completely different?
There, when I have no commitment with fighting training camp, I'm gonna be flying around a little bit,
Thailand.
Thailand, Russia, United States, I wanna travel a little bit. I like to know new cultures, understand the religions, and you know I learn a little bit about the humanity history, because I'm very curious about who have nobody. I don't think nobody have the truth of religion or economic systems and social life, because every country have different cultures and different experience. So I want to travel a little bit when I'm old, when I have more time, when my kids hang out themselves. I want to travel and learn a little bit culture and martial arts and religion and enjoy the life, a little bit.
That's one thing, when you were talking about how you started in Brazil and you went to Russia and Scotland and Ireland and Thailand and how you met your wife, and your wife was, I think, from Ireland, right?
Yeah.
And then she was in Thailand and was going to go to Qatar. That's something that I notice with, people not from the United States. Like for me, if I were to think about taking all those trips, it's kind of intimidating for me. And I love traveling abroad, but it's still intimidating. It seems like, especially, when you grow up, I don't know, in a foreign country, even if it's not a foreign country to the EU, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think in Europe, because like you can go an hour on a plane and be in a different country,
Yeah.
or you can get a train ticket and over the course of a week visit 7, 8 different countries. I think it's easy to do, and I think that kind of explorer's mindset is almost instilled in you young over there. And that kind of, there's so much history in these other places, because that's the other thing, like this country is relatively new,
Oh yeah, yeah.
compared to other places. So I think that's one thing that people who come from places that have civilizations that are old, where you do have that sense of adventure to want to travel to experience other places sometimes that are old and ancient, that have history, culture, all of that stuff just kind of readily
Well, yeah.
on display.
Nebraska was founded in 1867. That's not that long ago. And so if you go out to, for me, I go to Boston or New York and I see the places where the country was founded, and we're talking 1700s, maybe gravestones dating back to the 1600s. Like that seems old. But now that I think about going over to, Scotland, where we've got castles, or Ireland, that's all stuff that's really exciting to me too. I'm interested in checking that
The
out.
city of Dublin is, the established city of Dublin is well over 1,000 years old. So, it's been around a while.
So you're obviously trained in mixed martial arts, which means you're training a lot of martial arts. Are there any that you kind of gravitate towards, stuff that you're enjoying more these days than others, or do you like the whole mix?
No, I like everything.
Yeah.
Everything that can hurt people, I love it.
Yeah. So you got into the firearms out at 88 Tactical too.
Yeah.
Had you shot before, or? I think
Yeah, but not with that instructions.
Mm.
Like it was really instructive. Like he teach me everything first before
Mm-hmm.
all of the security. I went to Vegas once and they just put the gun on my hand and I
Yeah.
just fucking shoot like
Point it that way and pull the trigger.
like a humble
Yeah.
and that's it. But he was really fun and more instructive. I really like. I want to do again.
Yeah. We'll have to get him back and put him through some Trevor's CQB stuff.
Yeah, he wants to do rifle next time.
Yeah, that's a martial art in itself, and if you think about it, like half the reason I train that stuff is, I love jiu-jitsu and I know it's a good method for self-defense, but I run into a guy like you, I mean, I'm going to need something a little bit more than that.
We're going to have to shoot you.
Force multiplier. So, big fight coming up with big implications. What does what were you a month out at this point?
No.
Not quite?
No. Technically, his training camp hasn't officially started, really. But I will say one thing about him, though. He is one of those unusual fighters who doesn't stop training. There's a lot of guys, even at the high level, that only train when they sign a contract, and which to me is crazy because you're not getting better. All you're doing is just getting in shape, in fight shape every time. So you're not making your skills more dangerous. You're not working on layering skills. You're just playing kind of catch up. And but he stays training. So this stuff has just been kind of more learning for him, some new things, not reinventing the wheel, but just trying to make him more dangerous in a couple of areas. A little bit of kind of different strength training, different conditioning, and just to kind of whet his appetite a little bit for, like, there's no reason anymore for a fighter to get bored training. There's so many things that you can learn, and especially in mixed martial arts. It's not like, for Muay Thai, it's 8 limbs hitting you, and that's it. I'm not trying to downplay, how difficult Muay Thai can be, but
I have a hard time with people trying to hit me with 2 fists.
Yeah. So but when you have wrestling and jiu-jitsu and all the rest of it involved too, that's a lot of stuff to learn. So to me, you're cheating the process if you're not constantly learning that stuff.
Even the jab, you can. Nobody have the perfect jab. You always can improve. Just the jab, you can improve. Speed and strength and aim. So you can always improve just the jab. Imagine the other thousand stuff that you can improve. Yeah. Even if you can keep and improve.
Yeah. So he's been actually very easy to train, very cerebral, very smart fighter. And then we film. So my role these days is more of a mercenary coach. I've turned over the day-to-day coaching of our athletes here to the other coaches in the gym, and it's their time to kind of shine. So now I'm a mercenary coach. I go where the action and the money is. And it's fun for me because I'm not the head coach. I'm bringing a certain skill set to make his existing team maybe a little bit better if I can. And then it's up to him and the rest of the coaches to implement that. So what we do in situations like this is we do a lot of video. So we film almost everything that we've done, and then we digest it at nighttime and look at it, and then we send it on to the group of coaches. So there's like a WhatsApp thread right now of all the other coaches, so they know exactly what we're doing. And it's like he said, like when you have a good team of people around you who all want the same result, it makes it pretty easy. Yeah. I'm not looking to be anybody's head coach anymore. I want to bring what I can bring and make the tools a little sharper. It's great.
Awesome. Well, we are running out of time, so I guess kind of just one last little string of questions. Big fight coming up. Anything you want to say about that? Promote it? Any messages you want to send out there?
everybody know I come to finish fights. I'm not a boring fighter. I don't like to win by points, so I'm there to knock him out or choke him out, make him tap or make him sleep. So this I'm working for. I always trying to learn, improve my guard, my attack, my defense. So every time when I fight, I try to show a different, not just different, but a better fight, better version of myself every time. Everybody can do this if they keep training, keep improving themselves. So yeah, I think that's it. If you guys wanna watch the fight, it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Imagine we'll have a party.
Yeah. So I got something. So he's been here 2 weeks now. What do you think of the food?
Really good.
Yeah.
I can't stay for too long, so I have to move divisions.
He's gonna have to move to heavyweight if he stays much longer. My wife has been. I mean, she's a great cook
she can
anyway.
cook.
Yeah. So she's like, she loves having company. I mean, she raised 3 boys, so it's for her. It's like a do-over again of cooking for a couple of boys, me and him, and so she's been pulling out all the stops. But I've had to I had to put him on the scale the other day just to make sure that we're not getting too reckless.
Yeah.
But
I get to 248. It's a heavyweight already.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you think you'll ever want to move up to heavyweight in the UFC?
100% one day.
Someday.
In the future.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't follow a lot of fighters on Instagram or anything like that, but when I heard you were coming, I started following you. You have a pretty strong social media game. It's pretty entertaining. I look forward to seeing your stuff. Where can people find you online? And obviously we'll post links, but where all can people find you online?
Yeah, my Instagram is at Johnny Walker. I have TikTok, I have YouTube and Facebook. All of them, most of the same, Johnny Walker.
Okay.
And
Were you able to get that actual name?
yeah.
Yeah. Because, there's
I would've
the
thought the
alcohol
whiskey,
around here.
yeah,
I know.
okay,
I figured
yeah.
it would have been taken,
It's
but
my name.
there you go.
uh-huh.
You need to work on a sponsorship with them. That'd be a great sponsorship.
But
And
what is your full name? Because Brazilian names are actually really long, right?
Walker Johnny Silva Barra de Souza. Walker Johnny Silva Barra de Souza.
That might be hard to put on a pair of shorts, and some MMA shorts.
When I was young, to learn was a hard job.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate your time. Really looking forward to seeing you fight. It's been awesome to meet you, see you around, see you working. It is cool. I had the opportunity to roll with you the other day, and it's just one of the things, like seeing guys who are not only completely just athletically gifted, but are also very, very talented and skillful in jiu-jitsu, especially is, the thing that I know the most about. It's something else to behold. It's very humbling. So thank you for giving me that experience. But
Thank you very much.
yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you. I will put notes for all of this in the show notes. So jump on the website, thegentlemanbadass.com, and we'll say goodbye to Johnny for now.
All right, my friend.
Have a good one.